All right, we're going to dive into a brand new Ableton project. Let's get into it. So let's go bust out some drums here. I've got a bunch of pre-saved drum racks. That's what it's going to ultimately kind of sound like. I like doing double time quintuplet, you know, not like, I know in lo-fi it's very popular to do a half-time quintuplet swing. I'm going to go for probably double time, which is more like J Dilla kind of style. I don't know if that's going to be the right kit though. Okay, yeah, let's use that one. That sounds like a really good like Dilla kit. We could make a J Dilla beat today. So you see I've got all these notes here. So we're going to kind of like quintuplet swing the 16th notes in between these. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to highlight everything. We're going to say, get the fuck out of here. Same with these guys. We don't need you guys. Okay. So every downbeat is going to be like boom, 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 boom. Okay. So let's just take that and start dressing them in. Now we need chick, 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 chick. Okay, so here's how we're going to do that. We're going to paint in 5 notes in a row. You see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to highlight all of these, and you see these little bars up here. We're going to distribute these evenly across 4 counts. This is how we get that 5/4. So let's get that in. Dope, 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 dope. There we go. Okay. Now, really, the one that we want to keep is, let's see, we're going to get that distributed evenly. You see how these notes are evenly 5 notes over 4 beats? Okay. So, really, we just want to keep, I believe, this guy right here. We want to put him on our secondary closed hi-hat. This is going to give us that Dilla shuffle. Okay. So now that we got that, we can delete this note. We can delete this note. And we're going to take this, put them right down there. Yeah. That's quintuplet swing. So now let's just take that and do that all the way down the track. See, and like I said, you can lay that down by hand. I like the control that I have by doing it really precisely inside the grid. Different ways to get the same result. Okay, I don't like that secondary snare now that I think about it. I mean, that kick. Sorry. I know the difference between snares and kicks. I hope anyways. We're going to take all of these notes. We're going to move them down here. Now we're going to save this little hi-hat pattern here in case we need it later. Yeah, that would be like nice intro. In fact, we can already start setting up some of the arrangement. Let's pretend like we're going to have like some intro maybe from here going into here, and that's going to lead us into the track. Woo! There we go. We might even punch this up with a bit of a drum bus. Let's go grab that drum bus. And now you guys will notice that this drum pattern is like stupid simple. I like that though. You know, I think that in some cases simple is like so much more useful in a way, you know? It can be a much better canvas for like an artist, you know, a rapper to really like do their thing on than like some really crazy overly done complicated pattern, you know? Now that is loud, but goddamn does that slap. We could just turn that down a little bit. Just doing some light mixing. Getting these levels right. Oh, and then I got an idea. We could like tape process the drums a little bit too. Maybe get it sounding a little bit warmer. That might be sick. Fuck it. We gotta try it at least. I mean, Jesus, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. We've been considering this all stream. Now, you guys noticed that I just like threw this detail on the side. You know, it's because it's a small detail and it's kind of hitting like up high in the mix. You know, it's kind of in the high frequency range-ish. When you are considering like what you're spacing out, where you're panning things to, I would just encourage you to maybe take one small detail and just go throw it in some corner of the mix, like far out there, you know? Because I feel like sometimes if you take like one little detail and you put it really far out to like the right or the left, it kind of shows the listener, like, look how much range we have, you know? It's like, you know, they kind of turn their head going, is that really like coming in my right ear? Just like, damn, that's far. I didn't know you could reach that far. You know, it's cool. It's cool. What we're gonna do next, because I don't know, my philosophy when it comes to just like, you know, you're sitting there, you're listening to the loop, take a step forward. What step can you take? Right now for me, that step is side chaining. I think that I know eventually I want to side chain the kick to all this beautiful sample material. So while I'm sitting here pondering, I'm just gonna keep busy and just do that. See, this is like how you power through beats, is you just need to like take steps, you know, whatever step you possibly can. Just what is the next step you can take? So let's do that. I'm going to duplicate this. We're not going to listen to this guy, but we are going to solo it just to hear that what we're doing is correct. So that's our kick right there. We're going to mute every single thing else in this kit except for that kick. That is our one singular kick. We're only using one kick in this kit. All right. So now we got a nice clean signal there. Okay, so now I think that we can we can just set up our side chain. Let's go grab our glue compressor and we'll just see what we can do with that, you know? See if we can get some really nice boom bap ducking going on. Side chain from this this second signal right here. And how do I want to set this up? I know I don't really want any attack on it. Maybe a little bit of release. Maybe we do that a ratio of 10. I want it to go deeper than that. that sounds good. Okay, I think we need to just dress in a bass line now. Dude, this bass is crazy. Yeah, for those of you guys without headphones, go grab some headphones. You're going to love this. It's not going to work the best on every system, but if you're in a car or if you have headphones on, this is just going to blast bass through your brain waves until your brain comes melting out your ears. It's going to be great. That is the desired effect. Little tip if you're having trouble identifying your bass notes. It's hard to make out pitch sometimes with these really subby basses. So if you do find yourself struggling with that, just play it in a higher key signature, because sometimes you do need to hear it a couple octaves higher to confirm maybe like what you suspect about what is the right notes. Just, easy. And whenever that fails, you can always bust out your tuner and double check your work. Just see if you are in key. That's the chord. Sounds good. Let's get a little sidechain action on that bass too. We're gonna keep a tighter release on that bass. Okay, now let's come in with some instrumentation. I'm thinking of two instruments. I'm thinking glockenspiel and I'm thinking guitar. I know we just used them in the last one, but it goes really good with these soul samples. Now you'll notice that this is coming in our right ear, but also so is this. Maybe to get this sounding a little bit more balanced, I'm going to swap the right and the left audio. Now you might be wondering, like, Tap, why don't you just like scoot this over to the left? Well, think about it this way. There's certain cases where it makes much more sense to swap the left and the right audio. If we were to just take our pan knob and shove it to the left as far as we could, everything that is center right now is going to end up shoved very far into our left ear, right? Whereas if we swap the left and the right audio, then everything that is in center currently is going to remain in center. Instead of this one shot naturally sitting in our right ear, it is going to naturally sit in our left ear. So the difference between panning to the left versus swapping left and right audio is that one just like scoots everything to the left, and the other literally mirrors what you got going on. Think about this next time that you're panning things out. It's pretty important, pretty important for achieving balance. See? Now that is centered in the left ear, but we still got all this great stuff in the right. after this, I think we're going to come in with guitar. Do a little counterpoint melody. He says, you got any advice on beat making for beginners? Absolutely, man. Honestly, I'll tell you the advice that I wish somebody had told me when I first got into it. Because it's a little daunting when you're, open up a blank project and you're like, oh, God, this is like, I don't know. I had trouble finishing beats to begin with. Like, I guess what I want to tell you is that there is a bit of a steep learning curve, but you can like brute force your way through that learning curve by just make a point to finish every beat that you start. No matter how terrible it is, you don't have to like what you make, especially in the beginning. You might like 1 out of every 5 songs that you make, but it's important that you finish them because you're gaining valuable experience. I feel like we all get really good at starting songs, but it's something different to get the skill to finish songs. I would just say focus on quantity at first. Don't stress about like how much you're enjoying the beats at the beginning. You're gonna learn that along the way. If making beats is a skill that you really want to develop, schedule out time in your week. Say every Thursday at whatever time I'm gonna be making a beat, and I'm gonna try to finish 1 beat per week or something like that. Just like set a goal for yourself. I think it's much easier to kind of like make a good habit out of it once you've kind of set a goal. But like that's literally the advice though, is it's like make more beats, because I feel like I would like start something, I would kind of grow bored of it, I would walk away from it, I would set it down for a month, I would come back to it a month later and be like, I don't even remember what I was doing with this, or I'm not even vibing with this. And it's like, man, I would be a much better producer by now if I had just like finished what I started, when I started beats. But I don't know. That's my 2 cents. Just brute force your way through that learning curve. It's not about how long you've been producing. It's about how much you've produced and how much you've pushed yourself in that time. So just make beats. Okay, so I think we need to set up that side chain right here. And let's put that down there, see if that gets it feeling a little bit more dressed in. I'm curious, what if we threw some OTT on here? Damn, that is awesome. This is pretty loud though, so I think I'm gonna so our max peak value is positive 5.16 decibels. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring every single one of these tracks down by 6 decibels, and that's gonna get it so that there's no clipping in this beat. Quieter, right? If that bugs you, turn up your headphones. I'm turning up my headphones. There we go. Let's also get that sidechain going on the glockenspiel. Get on to the second section of this. Do we need Dare maybe bust out a sax solo here? Maybe let's sample a saxophone. Get that sounding spiffy. Okay, we could get that working though. I know it's all out of key right now, but we definitely can get that working. So we are in the key right now of, let's see what our sample was. It was E minor. This is a major key signature, but here's the deal. Is if you want to pitch a major key sample, and you want to put it in a track that is in a minor key, you can definitely do that because every major key has a relative minor. Meaning that for every major scale, there is a minor scale that literally is the exact same. Like literally has the exact same notes in it. Okay, E minor. Its relative major is G major. So this right here is F major. So if we pitch this up like 2 steps, we should be gravy, man. We should be absolutely gravy. That's kind of crazy, but what if we like half-timed that? Okay, we definitely need some reverb on that. Maybe. So that's E flat major. We need to get it to G major. We're going to do the same trick where we go unwarp, warp it again, and then we call it 140 BPM. The sax is sounding a little rough, but we'll polish that. Polish that in the mix. Okay. Oh my gosh, we did another one. That one was an hour and 26 minutes. Hell yeah. We made this beat in an hour and 26 minutes. Let's fucking go. I know that there's 1,000 things in the mix that I'm definitely going to want to touch up, but dude, this is a sick beat. This is a really sick beat. Let's just hear it one more time.
TapDaddyBeats.